Hello, hello, I'm live in Dublin. I don't know if you can hear me or see me. They were saying there was a bad internet connection, but we seem to be back. And I'm actually trying to remember what the name of this area of Dublin is. It's been refurbished recently or gentrified. It used to be quite a rundown area of the docks. And then there was lots of building going on for years, and all of a sudden here we were. In the background here, you can see the Bord Gosh Energy Theatre and this really interesting building there. Hi, Kate. This really interesting building here is the Marca Hotel, home of BloggerConf, and also just an amazing looking building. I remember when it was kind of first revealed, when the scaffolding came down, it was amazing. Weather-wise, I thought I was going to get poured on today. I've just been to Google, hence me being live in Dublin, and it was pouring with rain. I'd also like to say I'm quite embarrassed because I had a nice little hidden spot and there was no signal. So I had to come out here and there's people wandering by and they'll be thinking I'm a weirdo with a selfie stick talking to myself. But here I am, live in Dublin. See, I really am. Okay, so the Bord Gosh Energy Theatre is behind me, and as I was stepping up I was kind of thinking, I'd kind of forgotten that was a weird corporate name. And I've got so used to saying it now that it is the Bord Gosh Energy Theatre. And if it had a name before the Bord Gosh Energy Theatre, I don't know what it was. Kate, can you tell me if you can hear me okay? Because I'm all wired in with this headset, so just let me know if you can't. And on the train on the way here this morning, I was reading a story about the Olympics. And we know that apparently it's only 10 days away. I can't believe it's happening so soon. And one of the stories was that the Olympics are going to... Great, that's good, I know. Glad you can hear me, Kate. One of the interesting stories was that the Olympics are going to try and sue or stop other brands that aren't the £1 billion sponsors or the €1 billion sponsors from tweeting using words related to the Olympics, which seems... my connection is too weak. I'm just going to wave my dongle in the air and press the button and hope that does something. Hello, there's 3 of you now. Thanks for joining. Do let me know if you're here, who you are, because I'd love to see you. I don't know if you can hear me at all, because it's still saying my connection is weak. Come on, internet. Oh, it's all gone green now. I should be coming back. So I'll just even look more like stupid because I'll hold a dongle in the air while holding a selfie stick talking to myself in the middle of Dublin. That's okay. So that's really strange because I remember when it was in London, so that must be 4 years ago now, that there was a lot of trouble around the area, that people were, little calves were putting up signs for an Olympic breakfast and they were sued and things along those lines. Has that gone too far? Is the money around the Olympics and all that sponsorship just taking it a little bit too far? I don't know, but this is the Bord Gosh Energy Theatre until it gets a new sponsor and then I'll learn its new name. Okay, on to my social media news then. This is my whiteboard. Yeah, she's holding a dongle in the air, a selfie stick and a whiteboard with some childish drawings on. Okay, topic number 1 is Twitter. And Twitter's had some bad news this week. They had their quarterly report, which all that financial stuff bores me, to be honest. But it's kind of important with social networks, and Twitter's quarterly report came in under expectations, and they've also dampened down their earnings report for the next quarter, so they don't even expect to do any better. And by now I love Twitter. It's one of my favorite places in the world online, and I desperately need it to succeed. So when I see this, it worries me a lot. And I think the main problem is they're not getting the advertising revenue. And I just can't see why they haven't made it easier for advertisers to advertise on Twitter. I'd happily spend more money there, only it always takes me so long to set up a campaign. I never really understand the results. The self-serve thing is really bad. So I just figure maybe Twitter ads aren't aimed at me. Maybe they're aimed at big organisations. But obviously, if they're not making the money, maybe that's what they need to fix. Instead of improving the service, maybe they need to fix the ads. If any of you have tried advertising on Twitter, I'd love to know how you got on or if you've got any tips, because so far for me it's been fail. Okay, on to my second topic, and this is one that came up from last week. It's Facebook. I've got all these gadgets to hold. Bear with me 1 second. I want to show you the comment that we got on Facebook Live last week from one of the viewers. And hello to all of you that are watching. Do let me know you're there. I can see Kate's here because we're friends on Facebook, but if we're not, for some reason I can't see. So give us a like or leave a comment, or last week you were all leaving comments and I couldn't see them. So if you have, I'll reply later. Okay, so this is the comment that we got last week. It was from Matthew Foster. You're never going to see that, are you? And he asked, did I have any tips for... Thank you, whoever gave me a like there. I love you, especially. He wanted some tips on how to get more from Facebook organically. So this morning I wrote a big list of things, and this will be a blog post, hopefully next week. To improve your organic reach on Facebook, here's a few things you can do without paying a penny. Now, my last point might go over that, but number one is this is a mistake. Oh, thanks for all the love hearts. I can see that's you, Kate. Love you too. Okay, the first thing is, and this is a mistake I see so many people making, because obviously we want to sell stuff and we use words like buy, and we use words like book, buy this, book this, or we put the price of something up. Now, due to an algorithm change, I think it was a year and a half ago now from Facebook, those sort of posts are getting restricted organic reach. So avoid those words as much as possible. And the reason is that Facebook want to be in control of the advertising. So if you're putting out a promotional post, they don't really want to show it to people. They want to make sure they have control about how many times people see promotional posts in their newsfeed, because otherwise the newsfeed becomes irrelevant and people aren't interested. So that's 3 words you really, really need to avoid. My second one, more words to avoid. This happened at the same time as that algorithm change. And this is about Facebook competitions, which I talk about a lot on my blog. But the words competition, competition time, contest, win, those words will also flag stuff up. So you'll get limited organic reach on those posts. So just stay away from all those words. I know you think your Facebook competition is going to get you a lot of extra reach, but really, unless you advertise, it's unlikely to. Unless, of course, Facebook don't pick stuff up, because it's not unknown for them not to pick up words. My next thing is that Facebook's most recent algorithm change means that if your page isn't popular, and when they say popular, they mean if people aren't sharing loads of content from your page, that they're going to show it to less people. They want you to share shareable content. Otherwise, they're going to prioritize friends above your posts. So you need to think about each piece of content, putting it up there, and think, would someone actually share this? So again, those sales posts, nobody's going to share them unless it's a really good offer. Try and make something beautiful. Try and make something that provokes an emotional response. So it makes you laugh, it tugs at the heartstrings, it makes you feel clever, because that's the sort of stuff people like to share. I know, for example, there's a link that's going viral on Facebook today about a photographer who gifted a lot of her photography to the Library of Congress in the States. I think it's the Library of Congress. And Getty Images stole those and have started charging people for using them. And that's going viral because a lot of us, we really try hard to use images that we buy or are sourced the right way. And we all hate Getty Images because Getty Images are very litigious. So you'll get a bill in the post if you use one of their images without paying. So this is a really interesting article to read. I'm going to put that on my Facebook page later in the links below here. So that's my next tip. Something that tugs on the heartstrings. That made us angry. So that one's getting shared a lot. Curate popular content from other pages. So I can't emphasize this enough. Facebook likes it when we share, and it likes it when we share stuff that people want. So if something's already popular, somebody just walked by giving me a weird look. If something's already popular on Facebook, they want you to share it more. So if you find some good content on other pages, and think about it again, is it the sort of stuff you want to share because it makes you excited, because it pulls on your heartstrings, because it makes you laugh, because it's important, educational, it makes you angry? Pick out bits of those content and reshare them on your pages. And again, I'm going to include a link in the notes after this when I get on the train later on, because I've got a video that shows you exactly how you can do that. Share to groups. So if you're in any groups, and this has to be really careful with this. So join up some Facebook groups, interact with them, become a valuable member of those groups. And if you do that, and if they allow you to post your own content there, instead of you just posting a link to your blog post, share from your business page onto that group. Because when you do that, you're getting extra reach. Facebook sees it as a share as well, so they think it's good, popular content. Okay, obvious one. Video. So if you're not using video on your Facebook page yet, do. But it has to be something interesting, something people will want to watch. Don't make it too long, and make it something you can watch with the sound down. And there's all sorts of really cool apps you can use now to make videos. So there's Flipagram, which you can put together a whole load of photos and make a really interesting video. There's Hyperlapse, where you can do speeded up video. Boomerang, which kind of does like little mini GIF kind of things. They're really fun. Try that one. And there's loads of them out there. So give video a go. And that brings me on to this what I'm doing now. Consistently, my live videos are my best performing posts on Facebook, because Facebook wants to be king of live. A live video is really strange because people will sit and they'll watch live video for a very, very long time. So Facebook loves it. And if you do live video, like, don't do it so much that you annoy people. Make it good, valuable stuff. If you're clever, you can do a Q&A. So if you've got the sort of page where people might want to ask you a lot of questions, or you could get a celebrity in to do that, that would be really good. If you're a bit boring like me, you can do your social media news roundup for people. Monitor your timing, because this is a really odd one. Ignore everything Facebook tells you about what time your fans are online. I think it's better to think very deeply about your customer and think about the way they interact during the day. So I know most people that like my page are small business owners. So small business owners are watching from their PC. They have a lot more time during the day to consume content like what you're watching now. Thanks to Kate, I'm doing this at a better time for small business owners, because apparently 4:30 p.m. you'll want to be going home because it's Friday. So this time of morning should be much better. Oh, by the way, I have got coffee. And don't rely on those times forever. So very recently, the best time for me to post has been 10:45 a.m. But that's waning now. My 10:45 a.m. posts aren't doing well. So I need to start shifting my times and see what other times are going to work for me. Actually, really late at night works. Why are you all looking at Facebook really late at night? Okay, I do too. And also 6 a.m. in the morning used to work really incredibly well for me. Now if I post at that time, nobody looks. So you just really need to experiment with your timing. Reshare your most popular content. So if you had a post that you shared 6 weeks ago and it did incredibly well, maybe it was kind of a cool photo, maybe it was a link to something that really tuned into people, try sharing that again. Now, don't do it every day. It's not like Twitter where you can share the same thing every single day. Share it kind of like once a month or once every 6 weeks. Okay, this is an interesting one. Be surprising, interesting, entertaining, or educational, because that's what people are going to be interested in looking at. And the more, it's very easy to say put good content out, but you really need to think about the content you're putting out. So if you're any of those things, that means people are going to appreciate it. And stay on topic. I don't want to see your cat photos unless you're Kate. Kate can post as many cat photos as she wants because she has a business called Pet Sitters Island, which is all about pets. But if your business isn't related to that, don't just post a cat picture because you know people will think it's cute, or a baby picture. Now you're thinking, I've looked at your page, there's cat pictures and baby pictures in there. Actually, there's not. They're just kind of integrated into what I do. So I snuck a cat picture in last week. I often try and sneak a cat picture in, but it's always relevant to what I'm talking about. And finally, and this is the one that kind of bucks doing stuff for free, it's advertise. You don't have to spend a big chunk of money on advertising, but every now and then do a little boost. If a post is doing really well, boost it to a audience of people that you think will be interested, because the more people you get interacting, you'll get lots of additional organic reach when you boost it. And you'll also continue to get better organic reach because you're boosting posts. So that's Facebook. Any other questions people have, that's brilliant, because you gave me a great topic to talk about, and I'll definitely get a blog post out of that too. Okay, on to my next topic. This is really hard with a selfie stick, I just like to say. Okay, that is supposed to be an email sign, and this is just an update from last week, because last week I mentioned I was at Learn Inbound, where we talked about language that we were using. Okay, so my connection is weak again. Time to do the silly thing with the dongle. Actually, less people are noticing me than I was expecting, which is a really good thing. Okay, it's green now. I'm just going to hold this in the air for a bit and wait until it says my connection is good again. If I've gone away, I do apologise. Come on, Facebook. Hello, I've got a lovely connection now. I'm lovely and green. Okay, I can see there's loads of you joining in, so hopefully, I'm back online again. That's great. So I did change. If you remember last week, I saw my pop-up window was absolute pants. So I changed it this week, and immediately, as soon as I changed it, I started getting leads. So now I'm up to about 2. Okay, sorry, I disappeared there for a moment. I'm back again. Hey, Una, you're not supposed to be up yet. Hey, Beatrice, I'm seeing all your comments now. You've probably been commenting all the way along. No, you're not punished by it. Wouldn't be exactly sharing your own content. You need to leave a big gap between it, and I would change it up a little bit, Una. So Una's question was, are you penalized by Google if you reshare your old content? All your comments just came in at once, so I do, excuse me. Yeah, not exactly the same post, and I wouldn't share it. I would change the text or something. But if it was a popular post 2 months ago, it's kind of okay to put it out again. And sure, wouldn't you try it? Okay, where was I before I went away? Oh yes, I was talking about my pop-up window. So I changed up the text on it. It's much better now, 2 leads a day. So definite improvement there. The rain is really getting to my whiteboard now. Okay, Snapchat. I just put this in here to be annoying, because during the week I saw a tweet from somebody that said all the Irish social media consultants are going to be on Facebook Live talking about Bitmoji. So here I am, just doing it to annoy you. If you are a Snapchat user, you will know that, I think it was last week actually, wasn't this week, they launched Bitmoji, which you can make little characters that look a bit like you and put them on your snaps. So I've not been a big fan of Bitmoji before. I used it kind of briefly, but it's really hard to make one that looks like me because I'm just too beautiful for it, to be honest. But it is kind of fun. I'm not convinced that for small businesses like you guys that Snapchat is the way to go, because it's an awful lot of effort. I love Snapchat, but you do need to be putting snaps up constantly. It's not a one-a-day thing. So really, yeah, Bitmoji, Snapchat, fun, but not for a small business, not unless you really love Snapchat and you're willing to dedicate a lot of time to it. Okay, this hasn't quite washed off yet. This one here, that is Prisma. Prisma is my app of the week. It was launched on Android this week. It's been out for iPhone for a while, and it is just the most amazing app that you can use for your Instagram photos. And Instagram is a thing for me at the moment. So go play with it. It's amazing. It has these filters that kind of make things look a bit trippy. Not that I know what that's like, but it's very psychedelic. It's great fun. I'm addicted to it. I totally love it. And I've been getting into conversations with people on Instagram. God, I hope there's not too much rain on the camera. Okay, this was a beautifully drawn quill earlier on. The quill stands for, and I see Eleanor's here, so this might be one for you. I was reading an article on HubSpot yesterday about getting writing mojo or increasing your productivity with writing. And one of the things it suggested, and I think this is a great idea, and it's part of the artist's way, if any of you have ever done that. And the idea is that at the beginning of the day, you write a journal. Actually, if Amanda Brown's here as well from the Celebration Project, do check it out because she's all into journaling. So you just basically get stuff out of your head. You write it down really quickly. You write down what you're worried about and everything, and apparently it clears your head. Now, as someone who's unsuccessfully trying to write 3,000 words of a book a day, this is going to be huge for me. I'm going to give that a go. I will report back. Okay, my coffee has almost washed off. It's time for me to go now. If you've any questions or any comments, I'd love to hear more from you. I will catch up with your comments here. Facebook isn't showing them in real time. I'm getting a new dongle. Definitely. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Spiderworking. It's a brand new account. Spiderworking, same as the page. Brand new account. I'm really enjoying it, so do follow me there. If you want to watch next week's Friday Coffee, put it into your phone now. Put it into the calendar on your phone, because I'd love to see you next week, where I'll be back in my office. It won't be as mad as this, but I'm actually really relieved not too many people were laughing at me. Until next week, goodbye.